Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market outlook. Friends, no major action in the global markets as US markets were closed and even European markets were flat ahead of the important ECB and Bank of England meet where the consensus expectations are about 25 bips rate cut, but we believe that that is more or less priced in. What people are looking out for is whether there is going to be any more aggressive monetary easing or asset purchase program, and in case something of that kind materializes, you could see some more action in the markets which have been quite resilient for quite some time, because after the EU summit market needs additional trigger to really move up in an aggressive manner. When we look at the Asian markets today, most of them are mildly negative, no real major break as such, but little bit of quiet markets. When we look at the flows, friends, yesterday FIIs were biased to the tune of about 240 crore in the cash market, and in the F&O segment they were biased to the tune of 424 crore. So we are seeing some continuous buying by the FIIs for the past about 5 to 7 days, so which is quite good. Also, when we look at our markets, there is a good amount of resilience that we are seeing. Select action in the mid cap space. Also, what we are hearing is that now the government is coming into action, and we are hearing that now FDI in retail could really be put up in monsoon, and in fact Congress has gone ahead and said that at least in the states where their government is in power, they will actually implement FDI in retail, which is good. Also, we saw Karnataka government actually clearing up about 7 to 8 and the mines, which is definitely a big positive, because for a long time we were seeing that there was absolutely no action from the government side. So some of these measures which are coming up are definitely helping the sentiment. On that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through the F&O cues and what can be done in the F&O market. Hi Shaival, good morning.
Good morning.
We are seeing some stability in the market for the past 2 days. So what have you made of that, and is there any major observations that you have on the F&O side?
See, what we have seen is that from past couple of trading session, FIs have been net buyers with a mild amount, and because of which we have seen that continuous long positions in small tranches have been taking place in the market, despite we have a huge intraday whipshaws. Now the PCR ratio is currently standing at 1.20, which is being unchanged, and on the option front what we have seen is that implied volatility has again started cooling off, and because of which we feel that the bias for the market is still positive from our side, and buying will continue to emerge at lower levels. Now 5200 put option is having a good activity on the on the options front, whereas on the call side we have seen that 5400 call option stands with the highest number of shares in the open interest, and the weekly VWAP of last 8 days also stands at 5200. So what we feel is that 5200 on closing basis would act as a good support for the market, and on higher side 5400 probably can be seen.
And any interesting ideas that you can share with us?
Yeah, see, we have identified 3 stocks from the intraday perspective. First one is Indian Overseas Bank, which is looking positive with support of 84 rupees 15 paisa. JP Power is also looking positive with support of 34 rupees 90 paisa, whereas Apollo Tyre is looking bit negative with resistance of 79 rupees.
Also, Shaival, if you can share with us some important strategies on the spreads on the Nifty or some stocks.
Yesterday we have initiated Nifty strangle, because what we have seen is that the implied volatility has significantly cooled off in the previous series also, and it's been slowly cooling off in the current series also. So what we feel is that implied volatility is near the support, maybe say support or hovering around the support, and we are expecting a bounce in the implied volatility. So what we have done is we have formed a strangle in Nifty by buying a call option of 5400 and by buying a put option of 5200. What I would suggest is that we have already circulated a report on that, so one can refer the report. And also one on positional basis from 4 to 5 day perspective, one can buy call option of BAIL 240 strike. We have initiated it at the price of 5 rupees 35 paisa, and yesterday's closing is somewhere around 5.55, 5.50. So if one gets a chance to buy it near 5.30 or say 5.35, so one can buy that with stop loss of 4 rupees on closing basis and not target of 7 and 10 rupees.
Right, Shaival, thanks a lot for that update.
Thank you.
Friends, in terms of news flow, there are reports that the FDI in retail could be introduced in the monsoon session of the parliament, and Congress has also indicated that they may go ahead and implement this in the states where Congress rule is there, which is definitely very big positive for some of the retail companies, particularly Pantaloon Retail, Trent, Shopper Stop, and few others. There is also a report that there is going to be a meeting for the debt restructuring of Kingfisher Airlines today, and the stock has already corrected quite a bit, so you might see some renewed buying interest there. Also, there are reports that Mahindra may bid for an aircraft company, and you might see some positive effect on Mahindra in the morning trade on the back of that. KC International has bagged the order of 795 crore. And we also believe, friends, that the power utility companies, which have been struggling for the past few months because of the policy inaction and the fact that overall growth had actually slowed down, we believe that now that the government has started taking some important steps and the fact that the merchant power rates have firmed up, this could be positive for some of the power utility companies. So companies like CSC, Torrent Power, and Jindal Steel and Power, which is a significant presence in the merchant power space, could be in action. Also, friends, one of the small companies, PIC, which is essentially a urea company with few other businesses, we believe that because of the combination of the news that the urea price may go up and the debt restructuring plan that the company has announced may go through this month. We saw the stock going up by almost 8 to 9%, but we feel that if these kind of news comes about, then the stock can move up to about 24-25 levels very soon. That's it from all of us, friends. See you tomorrow at the same time.